Good morning. It's Tuesday, April 22nd. And when people take certain jobs, there are things that they do in their work that require complete silence. So if you have an important government position, you should know that you are under security to keep your mouth shut about whatever is going on in your business world, so to speak. So last month, we have a national security scandal involving the Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth and two other top officials that kind of rocked the Trump administration. Those officials were caught discussing a U.S. military attack on the Houthis in Yemen with a group chat, a conversation that inadvertently included a journalist. Can you imagine that? You are talking top secret information with a newspaper man. And despite sharing highly confidential and probably very classified information on a commercially available application with a member of the media, none of those people have been punished for their actions. That chat is still under investigation. Well, even if it's still under investigation, these people should be suspended. They should be not paid a dime. They should be kicked out on their ass. Secrecy is critical at this time, in this place, in this world, when you have a high-level government position. Now, it wasn't only the material that was discussed and posted on this app. There was a second group of people that had a chat, a second Signal group chat, and that took place during his confirmation hearing. And he continued using it after he was confirmed. And Pete Hegseth, he allegedly shared the same sensitive details about airstrikes with a second group of people. And that group contained 12 people, including his wife Jennifer, who is a former Fox News producer, and his brother Phil, and the lawyer Tim Parlatore. These people who were familiar with the chat told all of this stuff to CNN. So where and why is Pete Hegseth still on the job? Why is he not in prison? When you have classified information and you have a certain position in the government that requires you to keep your mouth shut at all times, this is a major violation of the rules of the job that he has. The rules of the job that many in the government have. That you don't discuss government positions and government policies in open areas with non-qualified individuals. I know it's difficult for many people to keep their mouth shut. You have to prove to the rest of the world how much they know and how good they are at their job and something like that. Well, if Pete Hegseth was one of those people, he deserved to be severely punished. And how did he get the job in the first place? Who's doing the background checks on people like that? and those other top officials who were hanging out with him and talking about classified documents and classified information in a virtually public space. You cannot have classified information made available on some commercially available application. That's counter to what your job security requires. It's counter to what you know about your tasks in life if you have these high government positions. So I don't know what is going on with the investigation into Pete Hegseth and his cronies, and why there wasn't stricter action taken immediately, and why weren't they suspended without pay? That's the minimum that should have happened to them. Suspension without pay until this whole investigation is cleared up. But none of those actions were taken. Why? Is Pete Hegseth such an important individual that he can get away with that kind of stuff? What kind of example are we setting to the rest of the world that we allow idiots who talk about secret stuff in open space? A disgrace. A disgrace on those people and a disgrace on the people who are handling this situation in the aftermath. Something strong to be done. Something that shows that the U.S. is on the ball. So I leave you with that. Have a great day. Bye.